Have you ever wondered what happens when you die? When you step to the edge of life itself? What lies beyond the veil of the known, in the moments between life and death? Near-death experiences, mysterious, transformative, and often profoundly life-changing, offer a glimpse into this enigma. Don't forget to tap the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like hearing about near-death experiences, the paranormal, and the life beyond this one. In this video, we will be talking about Samantha, who had a near-death experience in college that was a different kind of death. Accidental drug overdose deaths have become a significant public health crisis in the United States. In 2022, there were 107,941 drug overdose deaths. Nationally, between 1999 and 2021, more than 1 million people died from drug overdoses, with both prescribed opioids and illicit drugs contributing to these fatalities. In near-death experience stories, this begs the question, do we all go to the same place when we die? And what happens in the case of suicide or drugs? In Samantha's death, she had an accidental overdose and found herself in purgatory with an alien. Let's dive into Samantha's story. I had a near-death experience in college. I went to the University of Pennsylvania, enrolled as a pre-law student at the time. I was a type A student. I would have a major breakdown if I received any grade below an A. I lived in my dorm room, hardly socializing with any students. I preferred studying to invitations to go out and was paralyzed by the anxiety I was having due to trying to control every aspect of my education. At one point, I went to the university's wellness center because I was not sleeping and eventually had a daytime hallucination due to lack of sleep. I did not want to accept the diagnosis the therapist gave me and thought I could handle everything on my own. I started to read on the internet different ways to help with focusing and studying and staying awake. I eventually landed myself on a page that talked about Adderall use, and I started to take it without a prescription. Of course, this led to even less sleep and severe crashes, so my next step on my self-medication journey was to find Ambien, which was also readily available to me. So it was midterms week, and I had a bunch of exams and papers due, so I had popped a little too many pills. My roommate had a stash of alcohol that I also helped myself to in my destructive state. Before I knew it, I started to feel more relaxed, and finally feeling drowsy, I closed my eyes. The next moment I felt awake. I felt like I was looking into a dark black abyss. At first I didn't know I wasn't in my room, but when I tried to move, I did not feel my body. I had this feeling of falling that didn't stop, and although I felt numb, it wasn't pleasantly numb. The abyss felt thick and heavy, and I was fully aware that this was the strangest thing I've ever experienced. I see a dim light through this kind of peephole in the middle of the darkness. I can see my body, and my face is on my desk, and my lips are blue, and I can see myself lifeless. I did not look good. My eyes look sunken in. I look frail and the poster child of an anti-drug ad. Then it really starts to sink in that I'm dead, and I'm alone. I start to try and look around, but there is no one, only darkness and this heavy feeling. I start to think rapidly and see my life review. I see myself as a child. I see my obsessive thoughts in front of me. I'm facing every disturbing flaw in myself with sharp clarity that I have never had before. I see how the things I'm doing contribute to all the problems I've had in my life. I see the path I've carved out for myself and how self-absorbed I am. I see my family and friends through the years trying to help me, but I turn them away time and time again and minimize their concerns. After this life review and all these things, I'm seeing in my consciousness, I start to break out of this numb feeling and get sad and disappointed in myself. How I lived my life. I navigated my life just like I felt in this dark abyss, alone. Then in this darkness, I see this tall being with a hooded cloak start to float towards me. And I swear, I thought it was the Grim Reaper, and I thought, this is it. I'm dead, and I don't know what's next. Then he looks at me, and I see his face and big black eyes, and every bit of me knows it's an alien, tall and skinny, and the eyes look like two big black oval mirrors, and they stare at me, but I don't see myself. Then he looks away. I say, "What do you want?" He doesn't turn back to look at me again. Instead, he's staring off in the distance, almost like he is getting directions from something or someone else on what to answer. Then, I get a rush of thoughts come into my consciousness in this language I've never heard before, not from Earth, but I understand every word of it. It tells me about the life review I just had, the problems in my life, and if I had learned anything from them. It starts to talk about our world and how everyone is suffering from individualism, and that we have it all wrong. Trying to be perfect and seek things for personal gain is the sickness that has infected so many people, especially in the United States. I get told that it is not the only way to live. In fact, it is probably the worst way to live life, since it will only lead me towards a miserable life. Then it starts to float away, but I keep getting this transmission of thoughts. I get pictures of different people all over the world, the good and bad. The ones that are happy are always the ones that are focused on helping others. It doesn't matter if they're part of the poor or rich classes. Greed doesn't discriminate. Other things that I hear and pop into my consciousness has to do with the future not being written yet. There is no such thing as destiny. We create it as we go. We have time to turn things around. Time is limitless. I have times to change things for myself and others. It tells me that they are always around us on Earth. We can't always see them, but they're there. I didn't get scared of this, though. I did not get the impression that they were trying to hurt me, more learn from me, and also try to teach me things I should have known already. Then I feel a tingling feeling spreading around me. I start to feel like I'm getting pulled back, and I am now going much faster through the abyss, and I see my body again, and I see my roommate with the resident advisor and paramedics, and they're giving me Narcan. I start thinking, oh my God, they think I overdosed and tried to kill myself. This is embarrassing. But then my next thought is, they're trying to help me live. So I feel myself moving closer to my body still, and then the next thing I feel are my lungs breathing. And I'm there. I feel defeated, but I'm alive again. The next couple days were strange. They did initially bring me to the hospital, but once they realized I was not trying to kill myself, they discharged me. The school told me I needed to meet with the therapist on campus in order to continue to study there. I started speaking to the therapist, who, thankfully, I connected with right away, which is strange, because I don't like doctors, or really anyone who has tried to help me in the past. I told her about the alien, and she didn't call me crazy, or tell me it wasn't real. I haven't had an experience like that since. The paramedics told me my heart stopped only for a minute, but it was enough to see and experience purgatory, and to meet this alien who I think saved me from the damage I was doing to myself. Was I upset I didn't get the white light experience everyone else gets? No. I don't think that I would have learned what I needed in order to continue living. It opened my eyes to the bigger picture in life, and I feel more connected to the things around me, here on Earth, and even to whatever life forms exist beyond this one. I don't wish death on anybody. The feeling and state of being I'm in now, clear, connected to the world around me, inner peace and freedom, is achievable without stepping to the edge. I hope those who listen to my story find it. Thank you for watching. If you're intrigued by the mysteries of the mind, subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown, and don't forget to tap that like button. Until next time, keep questioning the world around you.